Schaefer here, As You Wish Publishing at asyouwishpublishing.com, and I have the beautiful, the magical, the marvelous, the fantastical Lisa Randolph here with me today, and we're going to talk about this awesome thing called success and all the goodness around success. Lisa, tell our friends who you are.
Oh my gosh. First of all, it's a pleasure to be here with you, Kyra. And that intro, fantastical. I love that. And it's a pleasure to be here with you guys today as well. So as mentioned, I'm Lisa Randolph and excited to be here. And I am with your Kaizen Coach. That is the name of my coaching business. And what I do is I work with entrepreneurs, small business owners, and authors to create the plan that they want, to be successful in business. And everybody's journey is different. So, we will do a discovery and we'll figure out exactly how to map out, a plan so that you can get where you want to go. So That's basically what I do in a nutshell, and have different ways to do that. So
yeah, you are an expert at this. This is something that is your claim to fame, your calling is bringing people to their success and finding out how to get there, right?
Yes, and it's something that I just love. I love when I see just really that light bulb here go off in people's heads. And it's like, you know what? I get this. I know what I'm doing now. Before I didn't, but now I have a roadmap and a plan to get me there. And it's just so fulfilling to just see that moment, when the transformation happens, right?
Oh,
sometimes it's just that one small little adjustment to what they're already doing, right? So I love seeing that. Yeah. Absolutely.
Very good. So if you're joining us, go ahead, pop in the comments, tell me who you are. I want to say hi to you for sure. If you have any questions about any things that you've been experiencing that maybe even have been some blocks to your success, and let's talk about a few things. Lisa, I've had varying levels of success my whole life. Questionable.
Hey,
how do you define success? What is success to you?
And I'm glad you said to me, because as I mentioned, it's so subjective to different people. But to me, it is when I can really facilitate somebody else's growth, knowing that when I go to bed at night that I've done everything I can to pour into my clients and to make sure that they have the tools that they need in order to, make an impact in their business and in their life. That is what fills me up. And that's my purpose, So when I can see that in other people, that's success to me. It really is.
Yeah.
It really is. Yeah.
Dorothy's giving us a shout out. Hey, Dorothy.
How you doing? Thanks for being here.
Yeah. So, that's so true. And I've often, for my measure of success is kind of like, how happy am I? It's not about how much money I have or how much, whatever. It's what the world would consider to be the thing where we go, oh, you're enough now. kind of thing.
Right.
And so it's like, no, what is my personal expression of success? Yes, exactly. How do I wake up in the morning? How do I feel through the day? That kind of stuff.
Exactly. Yeah. If you can go to bed and say, you know what, today was a great day for me. I poured into people. It was a successful day for me. Right. Yeah. And so you said something earlier about the world, letting the world define that for you. Don't do that. You don't owe the world anything. It's up to you to create your idea of success and what that means for you and your happiness.
Yeah, absolutely. So what have been some of the big pitfalls that you've noticed with your clients over the years? Anything stand out to you that you were like, oh, I've definitely helped with that thing? And what is that?
That's so tricky because I've been an entrepreneur myself, full-time entrepreneur for going on 25 years, actually. Left corporate America 25 years ago. And always knew I wanted to have my own business, be an entrepreneur. I always had a side gig when I was still working corporate. All the women in my family were entrepreneurs, so it's just in my DNA. But working with my clients, one thing that I do see, and I'm saying this because I had this pitfall myself, as I started down my journey of being a full-time entrepreneur, and that is feeling like you can accomplish everything on your own, and you can't. And so as I work with my clients, a lot of times, they're like, I can wear this hat, I can wear that, I can put my website together, I can post my own social media, I can. And I'm like, okay, let's see you
how
do
it goes.
Yeah, let's see how that goes for you.
Herbie is saying success is my favorite. Success is my favorite word. He helps our authors with their websites, so he knows, and that's huge. I love this. This is so good. Delegating.
Yes. You have got to learn how to delegate, but I do let them try it their way first, because that's how you gain knowledge and wisdom, right? Is through that. And so then we come back and we revisit that. And it's like, well, how did that go for you? Right. So now let's try something different. Right. So I'm here to get people to try something different, and so that really was one of the biggest pitfalls, is feeling like you can do it all on your own. And let me tell you, you cannot grow a business, write a book, move forward without delegating. Stay in your lane, stay within your strengths. You might be able to do a website just because you have IT experience, but is that the best place for you to be expending your energy? Whereas you can get somebody else, that's their jam. I like to say that's their jam. That's what they get jazzed about. They don't get frustrated. Turn it over to them. Turn that vision over to them. And you go and work on really working on your business or working on that book to get it out there. So
you are so on it, Lisa.
That's it. And I think it all starts in the mind, though. Mm-hmm. That's one thing that I do with my clients, is we really get that mindset right first.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because that can hold you, that can hinder you. And it can hold you, it can stagnate you. It can make you a slave, to have that, what I call a fixed mindset, where there again, you feel like you have to do everything on your own. You're scared to let go of something because you don't think somebody else is going to do it right. Yeah.
You just talked about me. Did you just talk about me?
Stop that. I'm here to step on your toes today, young lady. So.
I love it.
And as I mention these things, I have to tell myself this all the time as well, So it's just part of the ongoing journey. And it really is. It really is.
So that sounds like kind of a first step here, is just knowing what you don't know and letting yourself hand that to people who do, so you can expand into what you want.
Okay. Exactly. And it is important to know what you don't know. So that's one reason I encourage my clients. I'm like, okay, try it, but don't hold on to it. You're going to have to let the baby go eventually, if you want it to grow. But you should know the basics of how to do something, like your accounting, like your books. You need to know your numbers. You need to learn how to keep your books, right?
Yeah.
That doesn't mean you need to be doing them all the time. That's where you get your CPA, you get your, your bookkeeper, your accountant, because, they can keep you on track there, but you need to know your numbers. It amazes me how many people don't know their numbers.
Yeah. I mean, that's the main thing when I was like, I can't do accounting. I just can't, I can't do it. I'm not going to do my taxes. I can't. But we got, my husband actually took over reconciliations. And so, that has been really helpful, and just really getting clear about, at the end of the year, it's not like I'm trying to scramble and figure it all out for 3 months. it's something that's consistent. So let's see. Dorothy seems to be having a question here. Let me just see what she says. I currently have all-consuming career as an administrator in higher education. How do I prepare to launch my next career as a writer, lecturer, and resilience coach? Oh my God, resilience coach. What a great.
Need that right now. I'm telling you.
Oh man. A motivational speaker when I work 60 to 70 hours a week. What are a couple critical first steps to get her headed in that direction?
I love that. I love that. That's a great question, Dorothy, because a lot of people, they feel like they have to go all in, at one time. So what happens is they're waiting for that perfect time. It's like, well, I'm working 60 to 70 hours a week right now. So therefore, I don't have time. When I take a vacation, I'm going to spend, a week working on whatever it is that you really want to be doing. No, you need to carve out the time. So out of that 60 to 70 hours a week that you're working, I guarantee you that you can find, enough time. And you might say, look, I know that I can probably dedicate, even if it's 5 hours, I can dedicate 5 hours a week to getting this done. And what you do is, and this gets down to the mapping it out, right? You have got to use your planner and you have got to map out that time in your planner.
I love it.
So let's say if your goal, is you have a lot that you want to accomplish. There are a lot of great things, first of all, prioritize. Where do those fall in line?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Which one is really singing to your heart right now? And that's where you need to focus. The others will fall into place. But, prioritize those things and just start whittling away at them. I'm going to set aside 5 hours a week to work on my writing. That doesn't have to be 5 hours one day. It might be 30 minutes a day. It might be 30 minutes every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, whatever. Figure out when that's going to happen. Put that down in your planner. And there is a non-negotiable on that time. And so once you do that, what that does is that starts to, first of all, it excites you and it empowers you, right? Yeah. And you're going to feel like you're working towards your goal, and it's going to help you to build the momentum. So hopefully that helped you a little bit. So set the goals, be consistent with it. Non-negotiable, that's your time to do your writing or work on your speeches or whatever. And then build everything else around that.
I love that. I really love that. And Dorothy is a pretty analytical person. She's a friend that I've known for a while now. And she's one of our collaboration book authors. And she's also going to publish a book with us. So we've done kind of that mind mapping thing. We did some training around that. We did some training around block time. That's all in your Build Your Brilliant book course too, Dorothy. So if you want to check that out. And so it's kind of, I just love this idea that non-negotiable, Lisa, is huge, because we can get pulled out of it so quickly. Absolutely. Because somebody needs something, or, we forgot to do something, or something came up.
Yes.
How do we stick to our guns?
Yes, absolutely. Well, there again, it's about prioritizing and realizing that, you have to want whatever it is that you're striving for bad enough to go, you know what, this is important to me, which means I'm going to make it a priority, on my calendar. And I love I'm like you, I use the batching and blocking method. I'm going to go ahead and block out in my calendar, an hour on a Monday, to work on a certain project, an hour on a Saturday to work on a certain project, and tune everything else out. I mean, you really have to get that laser focus, and if you have family members that are pulling on you, it's important to let them know, hey, this is important to me, and I really could use your support. And so the way that you can help me to get this done is whenever you see this notice on the door that says creativity is happening here, or whatever, this is how you can help me,
don't
please
not
honor this sign, because I'm pouring into my book right now, or my speech, or my whatever.
Yeah.
But you know what? Because I have this done, when I come out of this space, I am 100% yours. I am 100% yours. So be 100+% to whatever it is that you're doing, and let your family know, if I get this done, I'm not gonna be upset because I have to dedicate my time that I would with writing to you, right? I mean, frank, let's just get frank about it, right?
Yeah.
So sometimes you have to just be selfish that way. You have to put your mask on first.
Yes.
And that's part of the plan. That is part of the plan, you know?
I don't need a sign because, I really don't have
give them the look or whatever.
Yeah, I have really done a good job of carving out my space. But I love it. But I also kind of want to make a sign that says creativity happening here now. It's happening now.
Yes, exactly. I'm birthing something in here, right?
That's right.
It's your lab.
Our mind can get in the way too, and
yes.
And sabotage. Have you experienced any of your clients, maybe, or maybe you've experienced any kind of self-sabotage when it comes to your creativity time?
Not anymore. No, I've given that up. And I think because I've been at it for so long, and I really am true to my schedule. I know things are going to happen around me. Life is going to happen. But, if I pulled away, I'm really good about getting back on track. I mean, even, just to share the story with you guys, one of the things I do to take care of myself is my mornings are my time, and you will not reach me before 9 o'clock in the morning. Nothing pings, dings, phones off, everything. I don't check email, social media, nothing. That's my time for my meditation, my prayer, gaining my knowledge. I do my TED Talks, I journal, so that is my time to pour into myself. And sometimes you have to train people on that. Like my mom, for instance, she will not touch base with me before 9 o'clock, but I tell you, at 9:04, she's like, well, it's 9:04 now. So I know that, you're wrapping up your time. So you have to kind of teach people how to respect your time. And my friends do that too. They're like, I know you're having your time.
Yeah, right.
So, right. So there again, that's that putting your mask on first, that non-negotiable. And that's going to help the way that you present yourself in the rest of the world and to the rest of the world, because you're taking care of you.
I love that. I love it. So let me just say, just acknowledge. So Herbie was saying, that's me. I hired people to do something and I ended up doing the same thing I'm paying them for. It's crazy. Hear that?
Yeah. Yeah, Herbie. That can happen sometimes. And that's why it's so important. You don't know. Well, that's one of the reasons it's so important to really vet somebody up front.
Mm-hmm.
Because eventually you are going to have to hire other people, and you're going to also have to realize and accept that people aren't going to do it the way that you would do it. So you have to give yourself permission to, let people, empower them to create, and just let them know really what you expect from them up front. Now if you're having to redo a whole project or whatever, that's totally different. But if you really vet up front, give them a project, give them a project to work on, like a test project, ask to see their portfolios or whatever it is. Put them in a hypothetical situation, and that will tell you if they're the right person, for you to hire. Because, I mean, if you're going to have to go back and do the project on your own, and believe me, I've done it before, that just, it sets you back.
It's a waste. It's an
a
energy
big waste of time and money.
Yeah, for sure. That's absolutely true.
Yeah.
Okay. So Dorothy is saying she enjoyed the Build Your Brilliant book course. Her problem has been conceptualizing my business. My business.
Okay.
So,
and that's where it gets down to really looking, Dorothy and everybody, at we're talking about mapping out, right? And that's where you need to get really clear up front. And that's what I work with people on. Whatever your vision is, we take that vision and we put some meat to it, right? So let's say I'm gonna take us on a road trip.
Okay, I like it.
Let's say, because we're talking about mapping out our success for whatever it is that we want to do. And so if you think about it, when you go on a trip, what's the first thing you're going to do? Are you going to jump in your car? Let's say you want to go to Las Vegas. What are you going to do? Are you going to just jump in your car and go? How are you guys going to do that? Dorothy, Herbie, anybody? Here are you going to just jump in the car and go? What are you going to do?
I'm going to go, why am I going to Vegas?
Okay, well, but you know what? You brought something up. Your why.
Very good.
You need to ask your why, because your why is going to dictate everything else. Your concept, your everything. Why do you want to put this together? Why do you feel like you need to get a concept? Because once you get that, you can get clarity around what it is that you want to do. Mm-hmm. So, okay, so you figured out that you want to go there. Why?
Let's go see the shows.
Okay, you want to go see Cirque du Soleil. You're like, I want to go see right? Right. So are you just going to jump in your car and I'm just heading out? What are you going to do?
I got to get my snacks, girl.
You're going to get your snacks, right. You're going to get your snacks in order. You're going to go, how much gas do I need? You need to map out your gas. Yeah. Are you going to try to drive straight through, or are you going to have stopping points? Yeah. Right. You're going to put a budget together. Are you going to drive this thing on your own? Or are you going to get your friends to go with you? And if so, are you going to give them part of the, responsibility to drive? There's that delegation thing. So you're going to have a goal. Your goal is you want to go to Vegas, but you're going to have to put a plan together to get there, right? Mm-hmm. And that's kind of what business is, or writing a book or anything. So you have your vision up front. And really sit down, and I just say free flow. Write out what it is you think you want to do. Don't be so caught up in the beginning on having specific concepts, having it so specific. Just write out, free flow, different ideas, and then you can go back and get specific about those. And some of that stuff you'll end up doing away with anyway. So because it won't make sense to where you want to go. So just write out your overview, your concept, and then ask yourself, does this fit within my mission or where I want to go with this book, where I want to go with this business? If so, does it fit within, the first 90 days, the first 60 days, the first year, whatever. So then you're going to start placing these things that you've written down, into time frames, right? So there again, you're getting a little bit more specific. Okay. You might have certain goals within a certain window of time. Goals are great, but nothing happens with a goal unless you have action steps in a plan. Right. So let's say that, you're writing your book, you got your concept down. First goal that you probably want to do is have an overview. What's my overview of my book? Right. So that's a goal. Put your overview together. Where does that goal fit? Well, I want to have my overview done within the first 30 days. So you're going to sit down, you're going to put it in your planner. There again, we're mapping it out. The day that you want to start working on your overview. And I like to have people time themselves when they do certain things, because that kind of lets you know how long a project's going to take. And I always say add an extra 20% time to it. Yeah. For interruptions, for getting stuck, for having blocks. And honestly, what I use this. This is how I keep track of my time. It's not just for the kitchen. So I recommend, and it's great. It's almost like gamifying your projects. So if I say I want to spend 45 minutes on something, I set my timer for 45 minutes and it goes off. And I know for that 45 minutes, nothing else matters but me putting that outline together Dorothy, if that's what you want to do, is put that outline together of each of my chapters. What are my chapters? What is it? So that's what I'm going to do in that 45 minutes. And when that timer goes off, man, it's such a accomplishment.
Yeah.
You'll be amazed at how much you can get done in 45 minutes. So that's how I work. I work in blocks of, if I think something's going to take me 3 hours, I'll do a block of 45. And then I'll take like a 10, 15-minute break, get my stretch break in or whatever. Make sure you're taking care of yourself and stretching in between. Then I'll come back and do another 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Right. And if I think I'm going to try to do the whole 3 hours that day, I'll just keep doing that. So that's what, 4 45-minute chunks and some breaks in between. And I've got it done. Or else I might do 45, 15, 45. Go on to something else. And I might do that 2 days of the week. So you just kind of need to play with it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Lisa, this is like packed. I mean
and this is the way I work with my people. This is the way I work with my clients. And it's just because I've seen how it has really, really helped me. And if I can shorten that learning curve and help curtail some of that pain, that comes with feeling like you're spinning your wheels or you don't know what to do, as an entrepreneur or as an author on getting this stuff done. That's what I want to do. I know it. It's painful. I've been there, and I've learned how to just, mind over it. Now it's just, I know what I need to do just because I've been doing it for so long,
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, it's having that plan and working that plan to the best of your ability and just moving forward. And, it's okay if the plan changes, if something shifts.
Oh, absolutely.
Because something good is around the corner for that too. But it's like that, okay, we got to take that next step. Yes. I try to stay as loose as possible with most of my endeavors because I know that I don't know things. And,
absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. And you know what? And it's okay to not know everything and be gentle with yourself because that's how you learn. Different things come along and they hit you. I always tell people, I'm like, have a plan, but be as fluid as Gumby. You remember Gumby?
Yeah. Yes.
I'm like, plan like Gumby, have a plan in place, but know that, it might bend here and there every once in a while. This might happen, but just be okay with it. Be flexible, but at least you have something that you're trying to follow. And it does help to have somebody to hold you accountable through this. I can't stress that enough. I have had a business coach from the beginning. And, I'm blessed that I worked with coaches and I actually coached when I was in corporate America. So I know the value of being coached and being a coach. And so
that's the thing. So let's just tell people how they can reach you and connect with you to get coaching with you because I have like 5 coaches.
Yeah, absolutely.
I work with at different times for different things.
Mm-hmm.
So how can people get a hold of you? And then we'll also talk about your upcoming workshop that's going to be happening.
Yes, absolutely. I'd love to hear from people. So they can find me on my website, which is Your Kaizen Coach. YourKaizenCoach.com. So you can find me there. And you can also find me on pretty much every social media outlet. Well, not every, there's something coming up every day, but the main ones like LinkedIn, Facebook, and there you go. Thank you. Sure. LinkedIn, Facebook. I am on Twitter. So those are the main ones that I usually hang out on. Definitely LinkedIn. You can find me on LinkedIn a lot.
Perfect. And I'll tell you what, Lisa is a Renaissance woman. Like she does it all. There are so many things. She is like me. She loves variety. She is incredible, just incredible. So when you go out to her website, you're going to be like, oh, she does that. Oh, she does that. Ooh, wait a minute.
Well, I sent them to my coaching website.
Oh.
So what Kyra's talking about is I have a corporation called Kaizen Endeavors. And so, up under the parent company, which is Kaizen Endeavors, I have various subsidiaries. And one of them is Your Kaizen Coach, where I work with people on business coaching and consulting. And so but the mission of my overall corporation is to continuously enhance people and the planet, because I believe in empowering people, bringing out the best in them, no matter in what endeavor I'm working on. And also, I am a big steward of the planet. So I work in renewables as well. So, but yes.
You're just the coolest.
I'm going to do, you know what? I don't do it all on my own. Let me tell you this. We're talking about this. You have to plan it out. And I can't do it all myself. I have wonderful people that support me and help me, you know, in my businesses.
Yeah. So I'm going to connect you with Herbie. He's a good friend of mine. He says, please participate in a Billion Success interview. He does all these interviews for coaches and all kinds of stuff. So I will connect you up with him. And he's just an incredibly wonderful person. So I love it when wonderful people meet.
Yes. Yes. I'm excited. Look forward to hearing from you, Herbie.
Yeah. So tell us about the workshop that's coming up for your legacy writers.
Yes. Yes. So one of my endeavors, just quickly, it's a platform for women age 45 and over, and it's called the Take Flight Summit platform. And basically, it's a place for women age 45 and over. We talk about different issues that affect us, and it's a way for their voices to be heard, because I heard from a lot of the ladies in that age demographic. They felt like society was, they didn't feel visible anymore. They felt invisible, but they have a lot to offer the world. Their voices, they felt like their voices weren't being heard. So we have live events, or we're going to have live events again eventually, but we do virtual summits. We have a bookstore for women age 45 and over, and I also have a podcast that I do called The Updraft, and it's for women age 45 and over. But one of the things that we do cover is legacy and how you leave your legacy. And we had a virtual summit, and the topic was leaving your legacy through writing your book, writing your story. That's one of the ways you leave your legacy. And so many women out there have so many books in them, especially in that age demographic that is just sitting there. And so we have come up with a 10-month mastermind group, and we're kicking it off on June the 15th. It's from June the 15th through March 15th of 2022. And it is going to be a deep dive, and we will take people from concept of their book all the way down to publishing, and we'll have some guest speakers and etc. But we map out time for you to actually write, and to also have a group of ladies, you know, who will be there to be your accountability sisters, right? And then you'll also get some coaching from my fellow facilitator, you know, Pat Albuquerque. She and I will facilitate you for the 10 months. And it's just going to be an incredible journey. By the time we finish at the end of 10 months, you'll have a book. You'll have a book, and you'll know where you want to go. So your vision will become a reality. And the way you can find out the entire schedule is we actually have a website for that. You can go to Take Flight Legacy Writers with the S.com. So it's Take Flight Legacy Writers.com. And you can find information on when we'll start, what the schedule is going to be every week. But I mean, we give you space to write. That's the thing. People are always saying they need to find the time. Well, with this program, we have created that space and time for you. So it's okay. You know, we give you the permission to write in this group. So
very good. This is going to be a very exciting program, and I'm so happy you're doing it. I truly believe in this as well. It's one of the reasons why we started our publishing company, was because a friend of ours passed away, and we knew she had more to say, and you know, getting all of her friends together and just connecting around that. And it really, I don't know, it makes a difference in the hearts and minds of family members, friends. You know, it's so beautiful to watch that happen, and watch people really get their message out there before they die, before, you know.
Well, yes, absolutely.
Affect change in this world. It's powerful.
Absolutely, because that's the voice you're going to leave behind when something happens, because, you know, it's going to happen, you know. As a matter of fact, just a quick story, one of the authors that we had on our panel for that Leaving a Legacy, she really used the voice of her mother in her book. Well, turns out her mother, you know, after our session together, her mom got COVID, ended up dying.
Oh, wow.
She was able to capture her mom's voice in that book. And so that's part of her legacy. You know, she wanted to share her family story. And she herself even, you know, ended up with COVID. So, but she has been able to get that story out there.
It's beautiful. We've had authors pass away. This last year, we had a big team member of ours who passed away, and it was sudden, and it just took our breath away. And we had just published a book with her in it, and there was a great comfort in it. You know, being able to read her words, and then some of her last words were very poignant too. It's okay. You know, I'm with Jesus. You know, like she didn't know she was going to die. Right. She didn't know that was going to happen, but some of her last entries were loving and supportive of the people that she would be leaving behind. So it's just in some cases, it's almost eerie, you know, how that happens. But if you don't give yourself the opportunity, you don't give yourself the chance, then we don't get those last moments with you that we can carry. Yeah, exactly.
Because it's going to the grave with you. Your story, your voice.
It is happening, guys.
You know, unless we are going to die. The grave, and it's like, whoa. So, but yes, get that story out of you right now. So, and we know that so many women in that age demographic, you know, they are taking care of everybody else and putting everybody else before them, which is another reason that we put this mastermind together so that they can carve out that time for them and invest in them. Women need to learn how to invest in themselves more. You know, especially women who are older, they take care of the kids, the grandkids, you know, this and that.
Yep.
Take care of you. Invest in you. Write that book.
Yes.
And we're only taking 12 women because we want to go deep.
Yes.
We're only taking 12 women.
All right. Yeah. All right, guys, you know who you are.
Come on. Come on.
Come on.
Got a spot for you.
Writers.
I think we have about 7 more spots left.
Oh my God. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Yes,
well, that's incredible. Lisa, I cannot begin to tell you how appreciative I am of you spending time with me. I could sit and talk with you for hours. I love your mind. I love how your heart is just so in it and so wanting to transform lives and connect people with their passion. And so I just thank you so much for being here with me. And I'm so excited about continuing my friendship with you and connecting with you in the future.
Me too. I tell you, Kyra, it's been a blessing and a pleasure to be here with you. Be here with all of the, you know, listeners that are on or the viewers that are on right now, and even those who view it later on in the playback or whatever. I look forward to hearing from many of you, and any way that I can help you out, let me know.
Like all right.
That's what gets me up every day and makes me smile when I go to bed, is knowing I can help somebody fulfill their dreams.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Lisa, stick with me. And I'm going to go ahead and end the broadcast. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you just popped on, please go back, watch from the beginning. This is so worth it. You are going to get some massive tips and tricks and tools that you can implement right now. So I'll be back with you again. We've got Ordinary Oneness that's launching next week on Tuesday, and I am thrilled to death for the authors of that book. It's already doing very well. So thank you for sticking with me. Thank you for all of our beautiful As You Wish published authors and those of you who are yet to be published. Love you guys. Bye. Bye.